All right, this is Brett Marvick with BP Kitchen Equipment. We have here a 2020 Bizerba GSP H slicer. The slicer is overall in pretty good condition. A little bit of wear and tear here and there. Really, the worst part of it is actually this little scratch right here. Besides that, it has the typical dings in the corners. It has a brand new gauge plate, as well as a brand new meat grip remnant holder. It's a little knob right there. Yeah, the cosmetic condition is in a pretty good condition. We label it as excellent. It's better than new. It is still a piece of equipment that has some signs of use. But yeah, it is in really good shape. This is Bizerba's manual slicer. If you're not familiar with it, it's operate very easy. So currently the gauge plate is resting above the blade. Put it down to, just call it 2 on the slicer, and simply put whatever it is you're trying to slice right in here, remnant on top of it, and slice as so. If you're watching this video, you probably already know how a Bizerba slicer operates, so the question is, why buy from us? Well, here at BP Kitchen Equipment, we service all of our products before sale. I do not sell anything used. I do not just test and wipe down, but I actually go through and I fully service all of our equipment. So this slicer, as well as all the other ones, all the mechanical aspects of it has been tested, all of the electrical. For example, there's actually a pinion right here that goes through this cast iron or cast aluminum arm, and that is what this rotates back and forth on. That was actually missing both of its spacers. We went ahead and replaced them. It's important, that in particular is important, because then this whole arm would move back and forth since there was no spacers between there. But yeah, we service all of our equipment before we sell it to you. I make sure that every aspect of it works. I test the electrical, make sure that the motherboard is A, working, and B, will continue to work for you. We recently had a 2023 slicer that actually had a bad board, even though it did mostly work, but it was just a matter of time before it went out. Let's see, all of the moving parts on our slicers are lubricated. In the case of this rod right there, this is actually lubricated with Bizerba H1 oil, so that this grip will just slide up and down real easy. All other aspects, this guy, the knob, the gauge plate, the blade, quite a bit of other moving parts in here. We actually use Bizerba grease on them. It's Bizerba branded, same stuff that they use. Let's lift this up right here. This rod that this whole arm moves back and forth on, we can completely clean it off, remove any dirt from it, and re-oil it. We really do try to just give you a good product at the end of it. We warranty all of our stuff for 120 days. We make sure that when you do receive the slicer, it is working, no surprises. And if for any reason there is any surprises, we warranty it for you. Something else we do is we actually calibrate the safety mechanisms. If you're a business owner and you have employees working on this, it's gonna be pretty important to you. For example, let me actually start with, whenever Bizerba gives these to you, if this blade is exposed as it is now, so it can cut, this carriage will not move back. Make sure that mechanism in there is calibrated so that it will continue to do so. And the moment that the blade is recessed, this carriage will lift back. One of the reasons you might want to buy from BP Kitchen Equipment, this blade is on right now. So whenever that blade is recessed, it cannot cut you. These gauge plates come sitting about a millimeter and a half above the blade. So that way, whenever this carriage is back and this blade is exposed, your employees can't come in here and just accidentally cut themselves or anything. That's just one of the things we do. I also calibrate the safety mechanism, so the blade is currently still running, so that the moment that the blade goes back, it automatically turns off. Still on and off. There's quite a bit more that we do on these slicers, but just in short, each slicer takes me at least a couple hours. These manuals take me a little bit less than the automatics. They still take me anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, just depending on what's going on with it. These slicers will also come to you as sharp as they would from the factory. So, show an example of that. Let's bring this down to 4 millimeters. Use a sheet of paper. I have a little test that I do on all my slicers. I just make sure that the blade can easily cut a sheet of paper, no problems, no questions. It also cleans off the edge of the blade after sharpening. Let me see what else. I also make sure that the blades, the one consumable part on these slicers, as well as the meat grip or the remnant holder, I make sure that this is gonna be a long-lasting blade for you. They do cost. You can get them as low as $200. They normally cost $300 to $400 to get a replacement. It's probably even more going directly with Bizerba. But there's a 1 millimeter gap from the factory between this blade guard ring and the blade that comes. I make sure there's at least 66% of its lifespan left, considering you need to replace the blade when it gets down to 6 millimeter gap. I believe this one was 1.5 millimeters, so it has quite a bit of life left. Again, at 6 you have to replace it, and they come stock at 1 millimeter gap. Yeah, we try to match like with like, so this is going to have a blade with a little bit less use than some of our older slicers or used ones. Yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Brent Marvick. My number is 720-334-0129, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have. Have a good day.